They're away. Maxwell gets the jump. Geez, he got a good start. His first time he's got the whole shot this year.
Yeah, Josh looks like he found reverse there off the line. He's gone straight back. Yeah, not too sure how far he's ended up in fourth. Was that in court on the outside? I'm not too sure there. So we got Maxwell there coming, leading him through the Essies for the first time into the left-hander there. Everyone got away okay.
Yeah, Glenn's up into second. He's going wide around the left-hander there. He's, I think the BMW will be good in the wet. It's got a really good traction control system, and Glenn's really smooth on the throttle. And we'll see how he goes down into the bowl and see if he can make up some ground on Wayne. Yeah, just a little bit. Yep.
And that's the key in the wet with the super bikes. I mean, massive horsepower on these things, power to weight. Not a big contact patch, unlike the V8s with the traction. So the key is to be very, very smooth and be very gentle with all your applications, like your brakes, your accelerator, the whole works.
Yep. Wayne's obviously trying to make a break here, and Josh is back up at the third really quickly, and Jamie, he's going to try and get across to him now. He's going to have to make a move. Yeah,
the front three have really cleared out, and then there's a bit of a gap there to fourth place, and then there's a nice gaggle of riders there for fifth all the way through to 10th.
Scotty Charlton up to fifth. Good effort by Scotty. As Ben Eddard tries the long way around the outside around turn one.
Yeah, turn one's it's a really nice corner there. You can get a few lines, and going around the outside is definitely you can definitely get it done.
Glenn's up into the lead. He actually pulled up a bit of a gap there in two corners, so he's on a mission. He wants to try and get away. As Wayne's trying to hang on there. Oh, geez, he's onto the white lines there. He's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, you see, it's definitely up over Skyline there on the exit to that. Running on those white lines can certainly be your undoing. But Glenn's done a fantastic job clearing away out there. He's very, very smooth and very direct on that bike.
Yeah, the bike's moving a lot coming out of the bowl, or the basin as you want to call it, and down the hill they come. And Glenn's got a bit of a lead there. He's probably got half a second as the guys try and make up a bit on the brakes. Yeah, out onto the white line. Geez, big slide there by Glenn. Giving it a good shot to get away.
Yeah, well, there you go. The first flying lap was a 64, which is still 2 seconds quicker than what they were doing in the wet yesterday. So they managed to sort of get down to about 62s. I mean, once they actually get a bit of heat into the tyres, then they gain a little bit more confidence on the circuit coming back to them. You see these lap times come down. Yeah,
Josh is trying to get over to Wayne at the minute. He's going to have a bit of a look as they go down into the bowl. No, on the change of direction, he's lost a bit of ground there. Josh Waters' best lap at the 104.7. We've got a 104.6 for Maxwell and a 104.2 for Glenn.
Yeah, and Josh has just done the fastest to the first sector. So after his shocking start, he's probably sort of thrown off his game, having a bit of a shocker start like that.
Yeah.
So he's just sort of getting his head around it now. So he's going to be right on the back of Maxwell, I reckon, in the next 2 laps.
Yeah, big gap here for the first three. Jamie's having trouble now actually getting across as he actually gets pushed back to fifth. We've got Glenn then with a 103.2 and Maxwell with a 103.4 and Waters with a 103.3. So very, very close. They're all going to bunch up.
Yeah, the guys have actually dropped another second a lap on that one as to their previous lap. So, like I said, in the next couple of laps, I expect these guys to be dropping down into the 62s, which is absolutely a cracker time coming around here in the wet.
Yeah, they've always been fast times around here in the wet. The asphalt's so coarse it makes for good grip. It's something that the place is famous for. Lap times that are really quick in the wet.
Yeah, the Stauffer and Eddard and all the Stauffer brothers there, the 27, 12 and 26 machines, they're all sort of locked tied together, heading up through the left-hander through the Skyline, heading down in the basin now.
Jamie Stauffer did a 104.1 there. He's actually faster than Jamie, his brother on the factory Honda, with a 104.7. It's a good effort for Dan. He hasn't been on the bike for a long time.
Yeah, but Dan's, he spent a fair bit of time over here in WA.
Big slide from Glenn coming onto the straight there.
It's going to cost him a fair bit of time, and it's going to give Maxwell a fair bit of confidence as well. He's seen that, he had the best seat in the house, and as you see, look, he's closed up right on the back. There's only a wheel length between them.
Yeah. Water into the 102s, 102.9 for Josh. As they go across the flip-flop and up into the fast left.
Yeah, and Josh is definitely the fastest man out there. He's in third position at the moment. You can see he held a nice tighter line going in there. It looks like Ellerton's sort of struggling a little bit there with the BMW in front.
Yeah, Wayne was on the back of him there as they go down into the bowl. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move.
Yeah, the guys have been quite ginger coming up over the hill. You know, you haven't seen too many wheelies or anything like that, so they're definitely riding that back brake.
Yep, as they come up out of the bowl, Glenn has a bit of a slide. I think you see Wayne go up the inside there. There you go.
Yeah, huge moment there for Glenn on the BMW.
Yep, he's going to have a go and see if Wayne can get away now. He'll probably have a bit of a go at the front and see if he can drop the lap times a little bit and get away from the boys.
Yeah, well, Wayne rides better when he's angry, so and he wasn't too happy with his qualifying, as everyone heard, and so he's got the bit between his teeth. He's got past Glenn. He's seen Glenn have a few little twitches, and his bike's a little bit nervous at the moment. It was first couple of laps was fantastic, but Maxwell sort of, you know, he's starting to pull away now. Glenn might be holding up Josh a little bit there.
Fastest lap of the race at the minute is Ben Henry with a 102.6. Good on you, Ben. He's going to try and get it over to these. He's making up ground here hand over fist. He might be able to get onto the front three guys here. Yeah,
certainly. I mean, he's got a decent gap, probably about 50 metres to catch up to the front three. But if the front three are tripping each other up like they have been, Ben will catch up within a couple of laps easy.
As they come out of the bowl, we'll see who comes out in front over the hill. Looks like it'll be Wayne Maxwell. Gets good drive out of the bowl and gets a bit of a gap as they come down the hill. Late on the brakes. Pops out from behind the screen. Back to second gear. I would think here, maybe third gear, depending on the gearing and the wet conditions. Geez, they're sliding a lot out of there. Their tyres aren't going to last long.
No, it's definitely not the wet. So you'll see in the next couple of laps, and there's there won't be a dry line, but they'll. You know, they might be searching for a little bit of water to cool that right-hand side.
Yeah, Wayne's backing it into turn one.
Looks like we got Dan Stover coming into the pits there. I'm not too sure what's going on with that machine. But Ben Henry's pulled in another couple of tenths on these front guys, so he's certainly reeling them in, and he'll be able to see that on the circuit too. You can be able to see a couple of tenths here and a couple of tenths there, that you're slowly pulling the guys in. You know that where they're coming out of the corner, you're going in. You can really sort of work out where you're travelling and that you're pulling those guys in. It gives you extra confidence and can actually get you some decent lap time.
Yeah, he's done the fastest lap of the race again with a 102.6. So the other guys, they're all in the 102s, but there's just a couple of tenths quicker. He's definitely catching him visually. You can see that. Maxwell backing into the corners there. You can see that the back's coming around on him. That's going to help. It's not going to help with tyre wear. Even there, look, the back coming around on him a little bit. It's just going to wear the tyre out. He's going to have to be careful with that one.
Yeah, especially with Josh. He's very, very smooth there. I think Josh might be just sitting there in third place. I think he might be happy to sit there behind Glenn as long as Maxwell doesn't actually clear off. I think he might just sit there for a little bit, because he's definitely the smoothest rider out there. His bike isn't bucking and turning like Glenn's and Maxwell's is.
Yep, he's a dirt tracker. He's done many, many years of dirt tracking as a kid, Josh, so he won't mind the bike moving around at all. That'll be just second nature to him. As they go down into the bowl and the bike starts moving around, they'll just be lifting their weight off the bum, their weight off their bum on the seat, and putting a bit more weight on the pegs and trying to lower the centre of gravity on the bike and trying to get more grip.
Yeah, Josh is having a bit of a look here for Glenn, but he's not going to get it done this time. He's the BMW and Glenn's got that sort of dialed in for brakes. But I tell you what, Henry's is actually, he's chasing these guys down.
Yeah, he's going to catch them, I think, the way he's going. Josh is getting really good drive compared to Glenn. You can see there's a big difference on the drive. Glenn with a big moment there. Glenn's having a lot of trouble with rear traction. Just a little bit, maybe a bit aggressive on the throttle, or the way that they've got the bike set up for the wet.
Yeah, it looked like Wayne went a little bit wide there in turn one, but
didn't look
Glenn
like he
out of the seat. Ground.
He's really trying to keep up with Wayne. I don't know, he's lost a bit of tyre there.
Yeah, he's had a nervous look behind him there. He's look at him drifting it into the base, and he's
backing it in.
He's really struggling with grip on that BMW machine.
See, Josh is squaring it up coming out of the bowl. He's got a lot better drive, so he's going to go up the inside easily.
He's already gapped him by, you can see it on the track there now, so 10-15 metres. Yeah. And look at Ben Henry. He's going to be right on the back of Glenn within the next lap or two, I would imagine.
Yeah. Glenn's just sideways everywhere at the minute. I think you'll see that Josh will get across to Wayne as Wayne backs it into turn one. Looks spectacular. And I think you'll see Ben get across to Glenn.
Yeah, see, Glenn Elton, the 111 machine BMW there, you can see he's actually changed his riding position slightly from these last couple of laps, trying to sort of compensate and move the weight around a little bit, because the bike's a little bit untidy for him. So he's having to compensate heavily with his body, as opposed to letting the bike do most of the work.
Yeah, you can see Josh is squaring the corners up, and he's trying to pick the bike up onto the centre of the tyre and get some more grip. Very smooth. You can just see the way, very smooth into the corners. Gets it up on the centre of the tyre, and no movement at all whatsoever there coming out of the bowl by Josh.
Absolutely, just perfect. He's riding in the wet. Like I said, the smoothness is the key, and Josh is just absolutely showing him how it's done. He's left the other guys, and he's going to be chasing down Maxwell very, very shortly.
We've got Maxwell with a 102.1, so he's the fastest guy on the track. We've got a 101.1.9 from Josh, so Josh is trying to get across the wire.
Oh, Ben's pushed it a little bit too much there into turn one. He's went in there quite late. He's lucky to stay upright, actually. He got off everything and turned right, and off he went. The old cliche is you end up going where you look, and he ended up almost twisting his neck off to pull the thing up and get round turn one.
The top six at the minute are Maxwell, Waters, Allerton, Henry, Attard and Stauffer. As they go down into the bowl, another big moment there by Glenn. He's really struggling. Oh, that's the last one that they showed. Yeah, great drive again. Just getting a replay of Josh going past Glenn. As you see, Maxwell coming down onto the front straight. He'll light it up again, sideways. Yeah, onto the white line. Josh is struggling to get across because Wayne's setting such a good pace at the moment. We've got both, Josh is in the 101s, and Wayne with a 102 flat.
Yeah, Glenn Alton just had another huge moment trying to get out of turn number 7 there, the last corner, and it's allowed Ben Henry to close right up on him.
He's going to have a go in a minute, isn't he? He's right on the back of him. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a go down into the bowl.
Yeah, Henry's very, very strong through the left-hander and the change of direction up over the skyline, so I dare say he's going to stick it up the inside, because Glenn Alton's looks like he's having trouble turning that thing into the basin. Actually, he's quite drifting the back end. He's sliding it around.
He's backing it in, isn't he? Yeah. He's going to wear out his tyre. And anyway, we've got Josh with a 101.9 and a Maxwell with a 102.0. So there's nothing in it. It's all going to be about who can look after the tyres towards the end of the race here.
Well, that's exactly right. There's 6 more laps to run, and which is in a depleting wet weather tyre, it can actually be an absolute nightmare, and just these guys are going to be begging for the checkered flag.
Yeah, Josh has made up a little bit of ground here. Allen struggling there with a 102.8. So, and we've got Ben with a 102.3, so he's definitely going to have a go. Right.
Josh again is the fastest man in second position.
Yep, Robbie Bugden just makes a move up to 7th place past Jamie Stauffer, so Robbie's finally finding his rhythm at the minute, and Scotty Charlton is just behind Brodie Waters on the factory Suzuki, I suppose you'd call it.
Yeah, so you can see Allerton there is just really struggling to get the front end turned. He's he's got no confidence in the front end whatsoever on the BMW.
Ben goes into 3rd place. Good on you, Ben.
Yeah, Ben Henry's jumped up into podium position there, and I don't think Glenn Alton's going to have anything for Henry. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to go into survival mode. You can see his frame of mind there. Glenn Alton's just looked over his shoulder to see if there was anyone else coming, and so yeah, he's really struggling with the grip on that bike, both the front and rear.
Yeah, he's a tall guy, Glenn. You would have thought he'd be able to move around a bit on the bike and move his weight around a little bit, but the thing's just not working. So he's doing the best with what he's got at the minute. As he goes around the sweeper there, has another little slide. And Maxwell with a 102 flat. So Waters with a 101.9. So the guys are very consistent. This seems to be about where they're at.
As Luby Safranek just comes across the line there in 11th position. He's one of our local WA boys, and this is his first time out on